tell you right now. I got one question out, but it was a solid pick. Oh, baby, I'm batting 100.
It might be working now.
I hope so. I don't want that song to go to waste. That's going to be the B-side. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that. Am I live, y'all? What's happening? Wait, am I going to get comments on here somewhere?
Yeah, but people are going to have to randomly jump into that as opposed to the other one.
Yeah, well, I'll just hang out. I'm just going to chill right here. So somebody notices that I ditched the other one. Let's see. Is anybody here watching? 0 so far.
Oh, no.
This is fun, man. I don't know what you're worried about. There we go. We got one. We got one person watching.
It says 10.
Good morning from the UK. Oh, you got 10 people watching there?
Oh, my phone. It says 10 people.
I got one here. Well, there's 2 comments, so how is that possible? I'm alive. Somebody says alive. Good morning. Good morning from the UK. We're going to try this again, y'all. What are the odds that it works this time, Roy? Hello. Oh my goodness me. Anyway, do I think the new Dune reprint is worth it? I don't know how much it costs. But if you were trying, huh?
50.
50? Yeah, sure, that's good. Dune was hard to get for a long time. If you're excited about getting Dune, then jump on that. Good morning from West Virginia. That's what I'm talking about. Hide and seek with Z. That's what. All right, everybody. Somebody's asking, are you the official comedian of the Dice Tower? I've been watching Watchmen, so when they say the comedian, I'm thinking of like the character of the comedian who is a psychopath killer. So yes. All right. Well, we're working now, folks. If you have any questions, chuck them at me. Hello from Poland. What'd you say?
I'm going to go delete the other thing, I guess.
Good morning from Orlando. How often do you come up to O-Town? Not very often, actually. It's about 4 hours away from where we are here. Yeah, maybe twice a year at most. So not very frequently. How did you like Essen in 5 words? I don't know. It was refreshing to see the new games. It's a little crowded, but not too bad. This is not 5 words, I know. Pick the 5 you like the best. There was some nice energy there this year. I enjoyed that. There were lots of people who came up and said hello to us, which was very nice. Got to play some things there this year, actually. A couple of things, but that's more than usual. So overall, I had a good time. Yeah, it's good. All right, let's see. Anyway, you asked about the Arion and Onirim, and I answered in the other thing, but I guess I got cut off. I said Nautilion is your next, would be my choice for your next pick. It's a little shorter, but it's really fun. Nautilion. Have you played the new printing of Coffee Grinder? I think you mean Coffee Roaster, and no, I have not played the new one. Adam says, I just got my new Dale of Merchants collection. If you love Dale of Merchants, then just adds all sorts of goodies. Which do you prefer, 1 or 2? I mix them up, so I don't know. I got it too, though. I bought a copy of it at Essen, and it looks great. I actually moved all my content into the box, so I'm very happy with it. And it looks good. I think I prefer one if I had to pick one of the two. Oh, it jumped on me. Hold on. Why do you think rolling rides are the new hotness? Why? That's a good question. Why are they so hot? I don't know. Approachable, maybe? They're very easy to play for the most part. That's a good question. I don't know why things become trends. They sell, I guess. Why do they sell is really the question you're asking me. And I don't know. Have you had a chance to play Black Angel? Yes. Well, yeah, I reviewed it like 2-3 months ago, so yes. Indeed I did. Do or did you find yourself having to look up a lot of rules and or keywords during Arkham Horror LCG? Sure, yeah, you gotta... If you don't play very frequently also, you're gonna have to look up some things. I didn't find it to be too bad in that game. I thought it was fairly straightforward. And the rule book is pretty well laid out. You'll still make some minor mistakes here and there, but pretty good. Are you secretly the owner of Z-Man Games? No, that used to be Zev Schlesinger. Blah, blah. He's no longer with them, but that's a different Z-Man. All right, this person says, Z, thanks for saving me money. I'm always tempted to back a Kickstarter, but then I listen to you berate me for spending money on a game that may or may not be good, that will arrive in a year. Well, it's your money. If you want to spend it, spend it. I kind of can only speak for myself, but I guess if you feel like I'm saving you money and you feel like that's a good thing, then you're welcome. Sparrowhawk, that's a cool name, says, hello, Mr. Garcia. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day as well. Will you ever do a top 10 of your favorite trick-taking games? Have we not done that before? I feel like we've done that before. But yeah, sure. It might be time to update that one. What do you think of Marvel Champions? I thought it was okay. It felt like the Lord of the Rings game a little bit, with a couple of adjustments. I was not as impressed by it as I was by the Arkham LCG card game. I thought that game felt like an evolution of what the Lord of the Rings game did, and this one just felt like a reskin simplification of what the Lord of the Rings game did, with more mass market appeal, which is fine. I think it will have that appeal, and I think it's going to sell like hotcakes. But it didn't really captivate me too much. I thought it was all right. Have you gone back and played Judge Dredd, Curse Death, Earth, and how do you feel about the multiplayer and versus mode? I haven't gone back and played it since I reviewed it, but I liked those modes. I thought they were fine. I still prefer solo mode, I think, but the two-player mode in that was pretty good. The versus mode in that was pretty good. It jumped around again. Hold on, sorry. Z, did you have a chance to play Unbroken? It's a solo dungeon delve Kickstarter some time ago. I have not. Hello, I am from Iran. Hello, I am from Cuba. It is nice to see you here. So somebody has in this Q&A a question that I'm supposed to ask Sam or Tom. I'm about to play Star Wars Rebellion for the first time. Should I get the Rise of the Empire expansion and use that for my first time? I'm going to go out on a limb and say no. Do you miss teaching? I miss parts of teaching, but overall, no. What type of game or mechanism do you think the industry needs more of? Pretty happy with what the industry's putting out right now. Something they need more of. I don't know. A mechanism. Or a type of game. Nah, I can't think of anything. I think there are a lot of family weight games. There's a lot of heavier games. There's, of course, as we said, roll and rights. And there are all sorts of mechanisms and themes. I don't know. Maybe games that are... I guess there's enough of them, perhaps. But I think games that have a theme that is appealing to a modern... that would be appealing to a modern non-gaming family that they could all play together, including the kids. There's a lot of games that have these sort of dry themes that we accept as gamers. And we're like, oh, cool, yeah, I'll build that palace. That I would assume most people who are not into gaming might find pretty dry and not necessarily like it screams, sit down and play me. So maybe that. All right, where am I at? Will we ever see more plays of the Arkham Horror LCG from you? Maybe, but that was pretty difficult to keep track of everything that was going on and banter. So maybe, but also don't hold your breath. Rank the Omniverse games from worst to best. No. Are you a fan of Castles of Burgundy? Not particularly. I've only played it once, though. Last game you played? Cthulhu Death May Die. Have you got your hands on Murder at Excelsior Hotel yet? Not yet, but I'm looking forward to getting it. I will be at Dice Tower West. If you could choose a game to teach at cons, what would it be? It depends on what I'm kind of enjoying at the moment. Like recently it was Carpe Diem. I was teaching a lot of Carpe Diem at some conventions recently. So who knows what it might be by then. There might be something else kind of on my radar I'm really, excited about and want to teach a lot. I have a group of friends who love playing euchre and rook, and I'm looking for a new trick-taking game. Any recommendations? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, sure. I mean, there's so many. Something easy to get also is what you need. That's the problem. I guess I would recommend the one from Restoration Games. What's that called? What is that called? Decadence? No. Somebody's going to tell me what it's called, and then I'll come back, okay? Whatever the trick-taking game is called from Restoration Games. I'll tell you when it pops up on the screen. Have you played Chocolate Factory? I have not. I already answered about Marvel Champions. Have you seen Flotilla yet? We have a copy here, but I haven't really looked at it. Does the Dice Tower have any events for PAX Unplugged? I'm not sure. I'm not looking forward ahead that much. Mr. Vassal is, so I'm not 100% sure. Z, are you going to do any more comedy videos like you did the top 7? Maybe. Where you imagined Camel Up was a collectible card game? I don't remember that, but I did that? Okay. Anyway, maybe, sure. I like to sometimes try to throw little things here and there, but it's been so busy. I need a little more, I need my time to be slightly more flexible to be able to make these little silly bits for shows. So that's not been available. Hey Z, I was curious to know about your ethnicity. I'm Mexican and it's nice to see some diversity in gaming. I am Cuban. When do you have too many board games? I don't know. When you feel like you have too many board games is probably the answer. When the question starts to pop up in your head like, do I have too many board games? Bam, you have too many board games. All right, so playing Twilight Imperium or watching Waiting for Godot? I will watch the play instead, I guess. How do you store all your games? Do you use Calyx shelves? Yes, most of my games are on Calyx shelves. Some are on other stuff, but mostly Calyx, yeah. Do you think Cthulhu-themed games are evergreen at this point? There's always going to be a lot of them coming every year. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it has anything to do with whether... It's like, saying castle-themed games. I think it's just one available theme that you don't have to pay anybody for to put it in your game, and people seem to like it. You know, earlier I answered the question about why are roll and writes popular. I don't know, but Cthulhu seems to be popular. I like it. I like that theme. I'm not always attracted to a game if it has a Cthulhu theme, though. It's just, that's part of the package for me. So it's not an automatic, oh, Cthulhu, I'll check that out. There's other stuff that might turn me off of it. Have you, Sam, or Tom played Blood on the Clock Tower? If so, any initial thoughts? I haven't played it. I don't know about them, so I don't know. Why do you prefer shorter and faster playing games? Because, I mean, assuming that's true, which I'm not actually even sure I necessarily agree with that, but I don't know. It's not about the shorter and faster. It's about the stagnation. I think some games stagnate, and I think the design repeats itself a lot. You know, I'll be doing on the 12th turn, I'm doing the same thing I was doing on the first turn, and in several hours then I feel like I'm actually doing something different, you know. That's the problem for me. It's repetition with no reward for that repetition is where my problem lies. So it doesn't have to be shorter. I prefer faster if I go more frequently, sure. I mean, that's downtime. I'd rather have less downtime than more, yes. But shorter versus longer, it depends on how much the game evolves and how much I'm doing the same thing over and over and over. It could still be too repetitive and too long at 20 minutes. If all I'm doing is picking up one die and rolling it, 20 minutes of that is still too much. All right, where are we at? Where are we at? Blah, 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 blah. Sorry, guys, I'm finding out where I'm at. I don't find it anywhere. How far back am I here? Jeez. There we go. Okay. Did you have a chance to play Vindication? I haven't played it. I'm going to try to go through these fairly quickly, fellas and ladies. Is there any publisher that you think has taken a noticeable step back in game quality in recent years? I don't know. I probably wouldn't talk about that, though. Here, anyway, like carelessly, I wouldn't. With the trend of roller rides that exist, are there any games that you think would translate well into one? Nah, I don't know. It's pretty easy to make roll and rides these days. A lot of them don't feel like they need to be a roll and ride. That's the trick. Do you like cards with multi-use cards? Card games with multi-use cards? Yes, I do. Any intellectual properties you wish had games or better games? No, I don't actually like necessarily games based on other stuff. I like games that have their own theme. As in, they're not, like, it's not about Avatar, the movie, the board game. I don't like that. How many games do you own that you play repeatedly on a regular basis? On a regular basis, it depends what you mean by regular, but if I think I know what you mean, then probably none. Did you see any amazing new, did you see anything new at Essen that you think is going to be an amazing solo experience? I don't know. I'm still exploring those games. We don't even have them all yet. It looks like you've done top 10 card games, but not trick-taking. Okay, so yeah, we'll probably do that at some point. Who is one stranger that has always stuck out in your mind? Doesn't have to be board game related. Why did they stick out? What? Who is one stranger? I don't know what that means. All right, this is getting strange. Industry needs more donkey-themed games. That's right, baby. Hello from Saudi Arabia. Very nice. Have I made any progress on the games I wanted to design? No, that's not really my thing. We have a new Cuban restaurant coming into our town. How do I know if it is authentic? I don't know, but does it matter? Go there, try the food. If you like it, then that's a good restaurant. Doesn't really matter if it's authentic, right? That's a bit of a snooty thing. Don't worry about it. We are going to PAX Unplugged, yes, Marky. Warky? You seem like a pretty social guy. How come you enjoy solitaire games so much? That's a weird thing to say. That's like assuming that you have to be a weirdo loner to enjoy solo games is probably misguided. You know, I don't always need to be around people. Sometimes I want to sit down and just play something on my own that I want to take time to decompress, be on my own, chill. I think you'll find a lot of people who play solitaire games are like that. Will the Dice Tower be posting walkthroughs of the various Essen halls like last year? Really love those. I doubt it. We did it last year, so probably not. All right. From Brazil, I think. Hi. What's your best small box, not counting solo? Okay, not counting the Onirim or Onirim series. Probably Friday from Friedman Freeze. That's a good one. I have not seen the Hunted solo game. What did I think of my play of Oathsworn? Yeah, I liked it. I was asked that on another Q&A somewhere recently, and I liked it. I thought the writing was very good, and the game was interesting. It's not really my type of game. All that fighting is a little prolonged for me, but I like the exploration of the town part a lot. How many games do you play out of Dice Tower duties? Like, how many of my plays are because of work, I think is what you're asking. It's probably like 95% of it. Z, you're good at finding quirky games. Anything new you found? I'm not that good at that anymore. I think I used to have that reputation. But now, there's so many people who do this kind of thing, and they are aware of what's out there. The information flows more freely that I was never like on the lookout for quirky for the sake of quirky. I just liked games. So no, I don't know. They rise to the surface now. You know, it's they're no longer. It's much harder to find a hidden gem. I'll put it that way. If I had to pick a thing, I'll say what's that co-op? The little co-op game that I like, the Shipwreck Arcana. That's a cool game. If you haven't heard of it, it's a couple years old now. All right, let's see. You seem to be putting down fantasy-themed games less aggressively. Has your opinion of them changed? No, not really. You're such a man of the people answering every single question. Well, I'm not answering every single question, but I'm trying to answer most of them. Indulgence, thank you, is the game I was talking about. The trick-taking game you asked about, Euchre and Rook. I would try Indulgence from Restoration Games. I hope you're still watching. That person left like 20 minutes ago. Hey Z, what makes you keep a game, or what makes you eventually get rid of a game you initially kept in your collection? That's a good question, and it's something that I think about probably more frequently than anybody should, but I have a lot of games. So, you know, do they get played as part of it? But that's not always enough, because some games don't get played, and I consider cutting them from my collection. I pull them out, look through it, and immediately kind of fall in love with it again, put it back on the shelf. So it's about repetition also in a collection. Like, you know, am I always going to pull out this other game every time I think of playing this one? Maybe. That's still not 100% true. Sometimes, like 1 time out of 10, I might in fact pull out the one I'm considering cutting. And, you know, it's just space. Space is limited, so some things gotta go. At first, in your collection, when you finally get to that point where you have to cut something, you will be able to pretty easily get rid of things that are not that good. But eventually, you're cutting from, you know, you're cutting out good games and keeping great games. And eventually, you're cutting great games and keeping amazing, spectacular games. Then it gets really tricky. It's hard, I don't know. Have you played Dice City? I don't think so. Do you still find the time to read any comic books or graphic novels? I haven't read too many. I'm not a big comic book guy. I've read some, but not that many. So, no, not really. Have you read anything good lately? I picked up a couple of books recently. I was reading some sci-fi book called Deep Six. I put it down for a while, and then I was reading some Stephen King. I put that down for a while. I haven't been able to stick with anything. Scatterbrain a little bit lately. Any new upcoming games in the Omniverse? Not that I know of. What is your favorite game with an acting theme? Well, there's not that many, so I'm going to say Shakespeare. Okay, so this question was on the other Q&A. I guess I was not heard. Thinking about getting Subterra, but unsure if I should get or need the minis or other expansions. I don't know if you need them. I would just get the base game and try that. I think the pieces in the base game are good. You don't need the miniatures. I mean, I don't think anybody ever needs miniatures for a game to work well. If it has, I mean, I wouldn't want to go to the extreme ridiculousness of like replacing a miniature with a cardboard punch out, but they got little wooden meeples in there for Subterra, and they work well. I would try it first, you know. Don't invest and get everything for something you might not like. Good morning from Uruguay. What are your thoughts on King's Dilemma? I have not played it, so I'm sorry, I don't have any. And then the upcoming release for Detective. Apparently, there's 3 scenarios in the box that's coming out. That's Season 1 box, but 2 of them have been previously available, so I'm confused. There's very little new content in there, it seems. I'm not sure what's going on there. It's shorter. I think that's cool. The game is long. It's kind of a... You need to dedicate a night to play a detective, you know, and when you do, it's fun. You'll have a good time with it. But I think shooting for 90 minutes instead of 3 hours is a good move. Do you know of any exploration games where dying, restarting, and doing better next time isn't a main mechanism? What? Any exploration games? Yeah, sure. Tikal, there's no dying and trying again next time. It's like an area control exploration game. When will we get the next gaming potpourri with V and Z? That's a deep cut. Probably not going to happen. All right, let's see. Let me skip some things here that are more comments than questions. This is interesting. When did you start going bald, and how did it affect you? I started going bald when I was like in high school. How did it affect me? I don't know. I could eat soup with less worry, you know? I don't know. It doesn't really affect me very much. I don't care that much except for the fact that my pattern is a little iffy and I have a little patch right there. And if it didn't come in at all, I wouldn't care whatsoever. But I shave it, you know. I don't care. I don't care about having a head full of hair. Who cares? All right, where are we at? Where am I at, y'all? Bum, bum, bum. What's a 10 for 10 this week? I don't know yet. I haven't made it. Where am I at? Oh, geez, how far behind am I here? I'm sorry, folks. This is me trying to catch up. And sometimes when the chat resets to the bottom, I lose my place. What's your favorite social deduction game? Probably Mayday, maybe? Okay. What's going on with Tower Talk? Haven't seen an episode in a while. Yeah, I stopped making those. It was too difficult to get everybody to coordinate and record together. We were all 3 of us on different time zones. It was just becoming too much of a problem, so I stopped doing them. All right. How long do you think FFG will support Arkham Horror LCG? Do you see it growing? I think it's doing quite well, so I could see it going for a while. I don't know, but years, I would guess. You have a history in theater. Do you have a favorite musical? And if so, what is it? Favorite musical is probably In the Heights. I really like In the Heights. What's your favorite game of 2019? I don't know yet. Jennifer says, you seem a little on edge. Hopefully you will end up having a good day. Thank you for your content. Thank you, Jennifer. I don't know if I'm on edge. I'm a little jittery maybe, but it's Monday. It happens. I have not tried that expansion to Robinson Crusoe Mystery Tales. I am not designing a game. What is your least favorite play? I haven't read it, I'm sure. I have no idea. I wouldn't remember it, What are your thoughts on Conspiracy, the new game in the Abyss universe? That is coming soon. I'll be reviewing that this week or next. Probably next. I sort of wish Ex Libris didn't have the writing thing. Don't know what that means. The writing thing? Like the theme? What do you recommend for the person who keeps searching for the ultimate board game? I guess I don't know what they mean by ultimate board game. I guess I would recommend Kickstarter to them, and they can look around on there to see, maybe they just want a lot of one game. The ultimate game, is that supposed to combine a lot of different mechanisms into a mega game? I don't know what that means. I'll recommend that. I'll recommend Kickstarter and just go wild. What do you think about the King of Tokyo Dark Edition? Well, with the little information I have at this point, it just seems like an alternate version of it. I'm not excited about it, if that's what you're asking. Personally, am I interested in getting a copy? I'm not. All right, let's see. What is your favorite game that takes 30 minutes or less to play? Wow. Maybe Onirim or Onirim. That might be it. It's a solo game or two players. I don't know if there's something else that I can think of off the top of my head that I really like and is that short. Yeah. There's a lot of games that play that quickly if you know how to play them well. So I might have other answers for you, but not off the top of my head, sorry. Have you ever played an abstract strategy game with a theme pasted on and thought the game actually benefited because of it? Yeah, sure, sometimes. Like Tatsu is kind of like backgammon. You're controlling 3 types of dragons, and the dragons each do a different thing. Like a vine dragon entangles the other dragon with its vines. A water dragon washes away the other one it captures back to the opponent's pool. And the fire dragon completely eliminates the one it captures with its fiery breath and destroys it. So those little kind of leaps, help a game be taught and remembered. It helps you remember the little things like that. So yeah, sure. You mentioned your last game played was Cthulhu Death May Die. What did you think about it? I'll talk more about it later on, but I was a little disappointed, to be honest. My main beef with it at this point is the board for the game, and I tweeted about this, is extremely small for the size of the miniatures and the amount of stuff that ends up on those tiles that make up the board. It's ridiculously small. One of the tiles, one of the room tiles, the base of Cthulhu is the regular Cthulhu's like the main baddie in, and not that monstrosity. Okay, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just a regular mini. His base is the size of the room, just about. And then you need cultists in there, and the players' characters, and cardboard tokens. It's way too small. And so I think there might have been some misguided efforts there, where they put all this time into creating a 5-year-old sized, like a child who's 5 years old is what that meant. A child-sized Cthulhu, but the tiles aren't big enough. Seems strange. We'll see. All right. Hello from Singapore. Hello. All right. Have you played the new Azul game? Indeed I did. I thought it was excellent. Again, stay tuned for more on that. I think Tom's reviewing it soon. And maybe I will too. Or maybe I'll do it with him. All right. Industry needs more moo-moo cows. Oh, the moo-moos. Hey Z, do you still sometimes play Elder Sign? What's your best expansion? What's my favorite? Okay. Yeah, I play it sometimes. I haven't played in a while, but the expansions I thought got better as the game went along. So actually the new one with the Egyptian theme, I think that's the last one, was very good. The one before that was very good as well. They've gotten better in my opinion. The others has been one of your favorites. I have had problems with not having enough dice. Have you had that same problem? Is there a way to fix it, like house ruling a maximum? You don't want to do that. You need to roll as many as you need to roll. I had that problem when I had just the core game, so yes, I totally get it. They do sell extra dice, which is unfortunate. There should be more in the base game. I agree with you there. But the expansions do tend to have more dice in there, so at this point I have enough dice. You only get 7 per side, I think, in the core game, and yeah, you'll be a little short. So you can either, again, if you want to, you can get the extra dice pack, or you can buy some expansions for it, and they'll have extra dice in there, 1 or 2, per side in there. So that's one way to do it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so Brett says, would you rather play TI4 once a week for life or never play Pandemic again? That is not much of a choice, my friend. I guess I just won't play Pandemic again. That's quite a commitment every week. So somebody's asking, is the Rome Pandemic the same as the regular Pandemic as far as mechanics go? Not at all. None of them are, okay? This is a common misconception. Pandemic is different mechanically and thematically from Pandemic Iberia, Pandemic Rising Tide, Pandemic Fall of Rome, Pandemic Reign of Cthulhu. They are all different. They all have a core concept at play that is the same. Keep things at bay, collect what you need, cash them into win, to push back, to cure, to whatever it may be. They're all different, and I think the Roman one, as you are mentioning, actually has a very different feel from the base Pandemic. Favorite Reiner Knizia game is probably Blue Moon. As a playtester for the Shipwreck Arcana, even in playtesting the game was difficult. Do you find the game difficult to beat? No, I thought it was fairly easy actually. So I don't know, they might have changed it after you playtested, or I might also be playing in a easier mode. All right. Simon here says, thanks for the game of Trails of Tucana at Essen. I appreciate that. Thanks for joining me. I had a great time playing that. Advice for kids 7 to 9 years: Fertility or Century Spice Road? I don't know. I hope the kids will find either one of those particularly exciting, but if you think they will, and I had to recommend one of those two, I guess I'd say Century Spice Road. Yeah, neither one is going to be, I don't know. They don't sound, I like both of those games fine. I wonder if a 7-year-old is going to be necessarily sort of entranced by that. But if you think so, again, go for it. Do you still enjoy Dead Men Tell No Tales? I'm getting some serious deja vu here. Didn't I answer this already? Is the expansion any good? Yes, I still enjoy the game. I've done a video review for the expansion. You can just watch that. Sasquatch versus Chupacabra. Man, that's a good question. I don't know. Sounds like an awful board game too. I guess I gotta go with big old Bigfoot. He's got this. He's getting squatchy. Does Cuba have any mythological, like, cryptozoology monsters? I don't know. Probably. Have you already tried terraforming Mars? I have not. Hey Z, hi from France. Hello. Is there a game considered heavy that you really like? There are. I think the most recent game that is a heavy game and I thought was really fun, I got a copy for myself, really enjoyed it, was Black Angel. Black Angel is an excellent game. I really like that. What's the one game that most people think is incredible but you just hate? Oh, that's a good question, but again, it's hard to answer these things in a bubble, guys. You know, it's just like pulling something out of the top of my head like that. I just don't have it, you know. I'd need to be looking. It would take me a couple of minutes to answer the question, and I would need to have a computer in front of me where I can be browsing Board Game Geek or my collection or something. There's too many games. That I just hate? No, I don't know. I don't think there's anything that I absolutely despise like that everybody seems to adore. If I think of something, I'll come back to you, but I don't think so. There's plenty of games I don't like that people like, though. That's not that uncommon. Pharaon is the French word for pharaoh. I think the game is from French designers. Yes, now I know that. I did not know that, but thank you. I had found out. This is so weird. Who would win in a fight between Reiner Knizia and Uwe Rosenberg? What? Have you played any of the Button Shy's wallet games? I played the one that Tom reviewed. What is it, Metropolis? I think that's what it's called. I played that one. He reviewed it. Do you think the new Azul is better than the others or different enough? Or more gimmick to cash in on the formula? I think it's different enough, yeah. Whether it's better or not, that's obviously up to you. But is it different enough? I think so. Oh, this just jumped. All right, fine. Is Horrified the new pandemic? Easy entry co-op for gaming groups. Yeah, sure. Are you friends with Bruno Catala? I would say so. We're friendly. I know him. I don't hang out with him on the weekends or anything. I don't call him up on the phone, but if I see him at a convention, I know who he is, and I'm like, oh, hello, it's nice to see you again. So yes, we are friendly. No, I that? I have no idea. And then over here I have a question that says, have you played Black Angel and what are your thoughts on it? He is so far behind, I think we can stop asking questions. It's probably true. But I did skip a chunk in the middle there, so it's those people that got hurt. You hate Junta. Yeah, but not a lot of people love Junta, I think. What's in my favorite game mechanism? Mechanism, maybe drafting. Game type, maybe co-op. Sprawlopolis. Is that the one I was thinking of? Yeah, that's it. That's the wallet game. Have you played the Unmatched games? Bigfoot is a playable character. Oh, you know it. I love Bigfoot in that game. Yeah, I've played. I like it a lot. If my crew likes Eurogames and don't mind mid to heavyweight, could we dive into Everdell with some or all of the expansions? Or would you still suggest just the base game? Hey, I mean, do whatever you want. You can do it, yes. Can it be done? Is it going to mess you up if you play with the expansions? No, you can do it. I'll be talking about the new expansions to it soon. I've been playing those. But yeah, that's good. I mean, the base game is good. The expansions are good. You can mix and match whatever you want there. I just don't know why you wouldn't want to sort of experience the base game, play that a few times, and then be like, here's a little more spice on top. Try that now. Maybe it's me. All right, let's see. Do you get to pick the games you review, or does Dice Tower assign you games to review? A little bit of both. Mostly I get to pick. I mean, for the most part. Do you have any tips to improve one's memory? How do you remember details about a game you played a long time ago? If I had tips to remember to improve memory, I'm telling you, I would love that. I don't have any. Mom Gamer said, and I skipped this, I'm sorry. Hi, met you at Essen. You were as wonderful as expected. That is so awesome. Thank you very much. I'm sure it was lovely to meet you too. I met lots of people there and everybody was very nice. So thank you. That's very kind. All right, guys, I'm going to be skipping around here. Yeah, Everdell ProBrook is not recommended with Spirecrest because it would make it more difficult, says the designer. That's true. I have not combined them both, but you can play either one, and I would say you're good. Again, I think just sort of trying everything together because you want to try everything together before you even played the game one time is sort of insanity a little bit. I don't know why you would want to do that, but it works. You could. What was my biggest surprise hit at Essen? I have no idea. I haven't played all those games yet. So the stuff I was excited about that I played was good, but I already was excited about it, so no big surprise there. What's your favorite topping on an ice cream sundae? Caramel, maybe? What has to happen that you guys finally try Kingdom Death Monster? We have to have a copy, I guess. I don't care about trying that game. I just don't have a copy. I also don't know how difficult or big that game is. I know it's very big, but am I gonna get bogged down in minutia? Because I don't tend to enjoy that. But I wouldn't care about trying it. All right, let's see. You also missed the question from We Game Together. Are you still doing yoga now? Prove it. No, I haven't. Calm down, Alan. All right, I know. I haven't done yoga since, where was that? Gen Con? Is that where we're messing around doing yoga? Yes. I have not done yoga since Gen Con. How about that? I used to do it in college, but it's been a bit. Would you rather have a peg leg or a hook hand? Woo! Peg leg, I guess. I saw Seafall for like $20. Is it really that bland? Well, you can get Seafall online for like $14. And it's been a while since you could get it for about $14. Is it really that bland? That's, again, a question I can't really answer. In my opinion, yes. You might love it. Which was the first game you got addicted to? Addicted to? I don't know. Maybe San Juan. How about that? I played a lot of San Juan when I first got that. A lot of it. Hi Z, is your work at the Dice Tower your full-time job? If so, what's it like to get to do what you love every day? It's good. It's a very nice job. I'm very happy with it. I also think a lot of people assume that what I do is play games all day. That's not really what I do. I like playing games that I want to play all day, but that's not really what the job is. I'm doing a lot of editing. I'm doing a lot of this, for one thing. I do a lot of just content creating, recording myself talking, things like that. I don't necessarily love that, but I enjoy playing games, and talking about games is better than laying brick. So yes, I don't want to sound like I'm hoofing it, but it's also not just playing games. All right, I'm gonna have to wrap this up fairly soon here. Congrats on your Funko Universe win. Do you really like that game? I still don't get the appeal. Excuse me. I thought it was okay. It's cute. It's cute. It's not really my kind of thing. But I think it's going to do well. I think it is doing well, and I think it will continue to do well. I could see the appeal. I do see it. It's nice, and it's fun to be able to have characters from intellectual properties you recognize sort of mixed together if you want to mix them. And, fighting, all that jazz. It's fun. Like I said, I prefer games that are not based on intellectual properties that exist elsewhere. I like games to have their own original intellectual property, unless it is sort of something adjacent. Like Cthulhu is maybe removed enough that I don't have a problem with that one. Sherlock Holmes, that's okay. But if it's about something a little more modern, a little more, I don't know, I just don't like that connection. All right. Sir Specs says, thanks for all the content you put out, Z. You guys are awesome, and I'm always looking forward to your live videos. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching. All right, everybody, I'm going to wrap up here in a couple of minutes, so how about we do a little bit of the old rapid fire. If I did not get to your questions, by the way, I am sorry. I didn't. It's too many. I'm trying the best I can to give you what you need, and I know, like I said, the answers are not always readily available to me in my spongy, failing brain. So, this or that. What do we got? The Magnificent or Tricarian. I haven't played either one, so neither. Have you seen Camp Pine Top? No. That was a yes or no. I'm guessing were my choices. Still this or that. What else we got? Pumpkin pie or pecan pie? I like pumpkin pie a lot. How often do you shave your head? Like once a week. But I probably should more frequently. Arkham Horror card game. Can you give me a quick number breakdown of what a good deck would have? No. Spiral potatoes or fried dough? I guess the potato. Second best LCG. Jesus. The Cthulhu one? That's dead, but maybe. Ghost Stories or Last Bastion? Too soon, man. I don't know. Depends. Boxes or briefs? What's happening right now? I ain't answering that, you pervy people. Do you have high hopes for Rise of Skywalker? No. Favorite dessert? Tiramisu. Answer same question 10 times or answer no questions? No questions. Tacos or burritos? Same thing. Tacos, I guess. Discoveries. Where are we at? Journals of Lewis and Clark or Lewis and Clark. I like the original, so Lewis and Clark better. Ginger or Mary Ann? Ginger. I don't actually get that. Is that a... what is that called? Oh. What is that show called? Oh my goodness, my brain. Whatever. Crokinole or Carom? Crokinole. Sasquatch or Loch Ness Monster? Oh, maybe. Come on, I gotta go with Squatchy. It's getting squatchy up in here. Espresso or Americano? Espresso. Tea or coffee? Not either that much. Iced tea. If I can go with iced tea, I'll go with that. Wood or plastic? Doesn't matter. I'm good either way. Favorite Essen release? Atlantis Rising 2nd edition. Hero Realms or Star Realms? Star Realms. Masters of Renaissance or Lorenzo? Masters of Renaissance or Lorenzo? I haven't played either one. Cats or dogs? Dogs. Already answered it. Skull or Sheriff of Nottingham? I guess Sheriff. Mexican or Spanish food, like from Spain? I'm guessing you mean Mexican. Taco pizza or pizza taco? Taco pizza, I guess. That's weird. Apple juice or orange juice? I will go with apple juice. Vampires or werewolves? That's a good one, man. I'll go with werewolves. I haven't seen the new Joker, so I can't answer that. A hammock or a sleeping bag? A hammock. Hammocks are sweet. Terminator or Rambo? Oh, Terminator. Are you kidding? Only drink water or never travel to Kansas. Only drink water or never travel to Kansas. Those are my choices, Kenny. I can either only drink water or I can never travel to Kansas. What? What am I missing in Kansas? Marvel Champions LCG or Arkham? Arkham. Come on. I lost it again. Squatch or the Skunk Ape? It's the same thing, kind of. Pandemic Season 1 or 2. I like 2 better. Exit or Unlock. I like Unlock better. This is so weird. People got some bizarre questions up in here. Terminator or Exterminator? I'll take the robot, the Terminator. Then the questions are Kenny or Lenny? Kenny or Jenny? All right. I like Kansas. Dude, what's with the Kansas hate? I love Kansas. I'm just saying it's a bizarre thing. I can either only go to Kansas or drink water only. Like, I also could just not go to Kansas. It's like, pick any place. That seems bizarre. I'm sure Kansas is lovely. I've never been there. Predator or Alien? I like Predator better. And then lastly, talk about Kansas or answer this or that. Honestly, it's a toss-up. I'm good either way. All right, everybody, that's it. That's enough of me yapping pointlessly at you. Thanks for joining me, everybody. I appreciate it. I am Z Garcia. Enjoy your Monday. I hope it's a good week for y'all. We got plenty of content coming out this week. Stay tuned for, all the usual suspects. breakfast, and we've got top 10s, and we've got all sorts of things, reviews. Stay tuned for that. But that's enough for right now. I will see you all next time. I'm Z Garcia. You've been watching the Dice Tower.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.